gang, it's Tex. I'm working tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. but it's August 1st. It's a full moon tonight and I can't pass up the opportunity to get a hike into Plateau Point before it turns cooler during the year. So my plan is to start hiking right now at about 3:15, get down to Plateau Point for sunset. That's 6 miles. Hang out there, watch the full moon rise, and hike out by light of the full moon and miss a couple of hours sleep, but it's gonna be worth it. In case you'd like to tag along and see what Plateau Point looks like, let's go. There's a 40% chance of rain this afternoon. I got an umbrella just in case. Here we go. For a little perspective, the green trees down there are Havasupai Garden. Plateau Point, the destination, is right out there. Second tunnel. Just after the second tunnel. Gotta give a quick nod to Keeper of the Canyon each time. Here's something I haven't shown in my other videos. Right there in the center of the screen is what my boss claims is an old climbing harness that was stuck there. Looks to be like metal with fabric straps though. I don't really know. I'm not terribly familiar with climbing. Maybe that's a recognizable apparatus to someone here. I love this transition. Coconino sandstone on top to Hermit Shale, the iron-rich red rock. It's sprinkling a little bit on us. Enough to keep a little of the dust down. Mile-and-a-half rest house.
I can't buy or sell
It started raining a little more than I cared for, so I got out my umbrella, which of course made it stop raining. I was counting on the forecast being correct and that the clouds would clear up right around sunset so I could catch sunset down at Plateau Point and also hike out by the light of the full August moon, the sturgeon moon. And if the clouds don't clear up, well, that's going to be a little bit of a wah-wah. Fingers crossed. If nothing else, at least we're getting some exercise. Ah, well, it got worse again. So rain gear is on now. Still hopeful for a clearing. Guess what? Rain gear is back off. Can't decide what it wants to keep doing. 3 Mile Rest House up there. We are officially halfway to our one-way destination out there at Plateau Point. And look, it's sunny. Made it to Havasupai Gardens at 5:30. And no one's here. No surprise though. If everybody's smart, they should be pretty much done with their hike by now. We are headed that way. Let's go. Yup. Grand Canyon pink rattler. I have not yet seen one this season. Danger noodle. But here she is not rattling, so I guess we're not very scary. Hey, little snake. Hey, where are you headed to? Can I see your little rattle? Oh, nice rattle. Where are you going? Did I scare you from your little hidey hole? I'm sorry. Oh, it's exciting. I think it was sitting by the bench. Perfect spot, right? It stopped crawling away, so I guess it thinks it's hidden. But the Grand Canyon pink rattlesnake is found only here, nowhere else in the world. And it turned this kind of pinkish color that you see here to camouflage against similar colored rocks down here in the canyon. We used to see them all the time. I've been back since May. And this is the first one I've seen on August 1st. But other people have seen them, I just haven't been so lucky. Cool. Friendly danger noodle? Well, depends. Right now it's friendly. And there's his or her head. I'm zoomed way in, by the way. I am nowhere near as sneaky. Alright, well, we'll give it its space. Really cool to see, though. Making progress. From up here, you can see a little rock shed right there. It's just natural rock fall, but the person built a little kind of stone doorway. And a trail maintainer used to live down there. He used that as his tool shed to store his tools. Right over here, you can see a retaining wall. Right on that little platform is where he used to have his canvas tent. That's where that person lived. Right down here is the old pump house, where they used to pump water up to the rim. When visitation was so low, that was enough water for the people coming at the time. And further down where you can't see is where the Cole brothers had a wooden building that they used as their developing studio, right there over that portion of the creek. That had burned down. They had to rebuild it a second time. And I'm not sure exactly what happened to the building, the second building, but it's definitely long gone now. Wow. Look at that, huh? Let's get moving. There's the Tonto Trail heading to the east. Down in there is the Narrows. Zoroaster's Throne right up there. Plateau Point is out there. Almost a mile yet. Sure did clear up, didn't it? Ooh, it's gonna be nice. Good job, us. Good decision. We're getting close. I'm pretty excited. Haven't been out here for a couple of years. And we've made it out here. It's got a little cloudy while we were getting here. Give you the names of some of these buttes that I know. That is Shiva's temple. Right there is Isis, twin sisters, same thing. Right here, Cheops pyramid. Over here, Buddha's temple. Phantom Ranch sits down there. Brahma's temple. Zoroaster's throne. Wotan's throne over there. And we call that guy right there Snoopy, laying on top of his doghouse. And right here, oh gosh, it's been a long time, but I believe that is Angel's Gateway. They used to have airplanes fly in there, is the story. It looks like we're the only ones here. Let's go check out the tip there. Ooh, fossils. Trilobite tracks, I believe so. Always my favorite because they're so easy to identify. Woo! It's the river. Well. Here we are. It's running pretty green right now, the Colorado. Not tons of sediment. What a view, huh? Down in there is where we ride the mules. That's called the furnace. Let me scoot around the side over here and I'll show you one more thing. Right over there in the trees is the end of the Narrows. Come over here. Hidden right there in the center is where you go behind that rock onto Oh Jesus Corner. And the zigzags, those are the Devil's Corkscrew, those switchbacks. Continues down into the start of the furnace. But, check this out. From Oh Jesus Corner up here, Garden Creek takes a left right there. And down in here is a 400-foot waterfall that you can only see from the top of Plateau Point right here. Isn't that cool? If you have rappelling experience, you can rappel down there. I would love to do that. Don't have the experience yet. Okay. I'm gonna set up, have some dinner, and enjoy our time here. Around 8 o'clock, the moon should be rising somewhere over there. The full sturgeon moon of August. And we're gonna hike up by the light of the full moon with some supplementary headlamp light where we need it. And we're gonna end up climbing up there. Up there is the very end of the hike, 6 miles down the road. If you look closely, you can see some of the switchbacks. It's a little hard to see, but they're hiding in there. Look at those beautiful buttes. Now that the sunlight's out hitting them. That one is Sumner's Butte. Beautiful. Beautiful golden hour light. Just like a painting. Well, there she goes. That's our sunset. And now for the really special second sunset of the Grand Canyon. Watching the colors change on these rocks. And if there's clouds, plays on the clouds as well. Right down in there, in one of those tiny dark caves, there's a condor chick. I don't believe it's fledged yet. They lay their eggs in those little caves. You know what's funny is, up on the rim there's Yaqui Point. And over here, Mather Point, behind the visitor center, the Geology Museum. You've got the village over here for camps, Bright Angel Lodge, Lookout Studio. And over here you've got Maricopa Point, Powell Point, Hopi Point out there. You got tons of people on the rim right now watching sunset. And here I am watching my own sunset. Me, myself, and I. Have the whole place to myself. You and me. And here comes the cloud show. Beautiful. Bats. There's one little bat. They're coming out. I love the Tonto Plateau. Look how beautiful. Views of the river. Just beautiful. There she is. The August full moon making an appearance. I really wish I had a camera with better night exposure. I could show you right behind me the moonlight as it comes onto the rocks. You'll just have to take my word for it. It's all pretty. There's still quite a few clouds in the sky, and that moon's about to hit them. I don't know how much moonlight's going to be coming through once it gets that high, so figured we'd get started hiking. I know it looks really dark on the screen here, but that moon is so bright, it's like a huge spotlight shining on the ground. You can see perfectly clear without a headlamp where the moonlight's hitting it, so much so that I'm casting a shadow over here. Well, let's get started. Should be about 3 hours to the top. We're almost back to the top, but just wanted to report back in. The moonlight out on Plateau Point was amazing. Once I got about 2/3 of the way back to Havasupai Gardens, I lost that moonlight. I failed to realize that the way the Bright Angel Trail is angled versus where the moon is on the horizon, you just don't get direct moonlight on the majority of the trail except at the very bottom by Plateau Point and up near the trailhead. There was enough ambient moonlight that I opted to hike without my headlamp for the most part, except for the tricky areas, just for fun. But I work on this trail every day and know it really well. So most people probably would not want to do that. However, I can recommend if you were to do the South Kaibab Trail rather than the Bright Angel Trail, the moonlight would hit that directly and it would be fantastic for full moon hiking. We have just 3/4 of a mile to the top. Let's get to it. Oh my goodness. 1/4 mile from the top. Finally got some moonlight. See how low it is on the horizon? I was not expecting that. Very near the top. Just spoke with my boyfriend who's waiting close to the top. Said there's a bighorn sheep on the trail. Let's see if we get lucky and see him. Sheep. Oh, here's another one right in front of us. Oh my goodness. It's a family of 5 up here. And one right on the trail.
See it?
Yeah, they are all staring at me.
What?
Oh, there is one. Oh, you guys, I am so sorry. They're all laying down here, and there's literally nowhere for me to pass except to disturb them.
How many you got?
There's like 6 up here.
Really?
Holy cow.
Off the side of the
They're
road?
all up there. There's one right there. There's one right there.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, maybe I'll give them a second. Hello. Thank you. That's a little bit of space. How about you? Huh? I'm so sorry. I know this is very rude. It's the middle of the night. Whew. Narrowly made it by. Look at them all. They were not very pleased with me. I'm so sorry. So cute. Good night, guys. Here we are. So for me, it was 3 hours down, 3+ hours to eat dinner and watch sunset and wait for the moonrise. 3 hours up. And we made it. Woo! Boom. Thanks for tagging along.